Hey Soulmates, what's going on? I want to hit you guys up with some thoughts about the new Eternals MCU Marvel Legends reveal that just got leaked. And you know what? When I saw these figures, I thought to myself, who are the Eternals really? Actually, I've been thinking that for a while, ever since I heard the announcement for the movie. I've been hearing bits and pieces about the actors who are being cast for the roles, but I don't really know that much about the Eternals. Do you guys have that feeling? Because I feel like a lot of people probably have that feeling. I'm no stranger to the comic books, right? And even I'm struggling to think of any of the Eternals who I possibly know. And I was wondering to myself, how is it possible that I have just never ever heard of any of these characters? And then I went and looked at their Wikipedia page to see if they'd actually been in anything outside of comic books at all, and it doesn't look like they've really appeared in any other media. They haven't really been in video games, they haven't really been in cartoons, so, how would anyone have really heard of them? I guess Marvel is really taking a risk here, making a whole movie about this sort of thing, but honestly, it's nice to uncover all these little jewels that we have buried in the Marvel lore, I'm not going to get mad about them making a movie about obscure characters. It's nice to have that sort of thing. It's good to have that sort of thing, because it brings more people into the fold, it brings more characters into the fold, it explores a part of Jack Kirby's career, because this is a creation of Jack Kirby, right after his stint at DC, where he was working on the New Gods, where he created Darkseid and Orion and a bunch of other different characters for them. And I guess this is kind of a spiritual successor to that, the New Gods from DC. And you know what I'm wondering right now? I'm wondering if Hasbro is going to be releasing these figures to coincide with the Eternals movie. Because obviously that didn't happen with Shang-Chi, and that was maybe not the best thing in the world. Because, guys, you've probably been out to the stores, right? And you've probably seen just loads of Shang-Chi figures gathering dust on the pegs, because honestly, it wasn't the most exciting line. And it's not that it's not exciting because of who's in it, it's because we don't really know who they are. I mean, you had the Shang-Chi line, and you had a bunch of characters that we don't really know anything about. And then you got two other characters to bulk up the line a little bit. We don't know who they are either, hardly. Oh yeah, those are real exciting figures. Yeah. And I talked about this before, I think, but this is where it would really benefit these toys to come with a comic book. That would really help with figures like these if they would actually include a comic book with the figures, so we could get a better sense of who they are. That's something that really helped out a lot during the Toy Biz era. Like, every so often, Toy Biz would pick a character that no one really knew who they were, but then you open the toy and you read the comic book and suddenly, oh, I know who this person is now, and now I actually am a lot more interested. Yeah, that would really help here. Taking the comic book out of the Marvel Legends package has got to be one of the biggest mistakes that Hasbro's ever made. And I know they've been making Marvel Legends for 14 years now, but still, it would be so nice to have it, because it would help me understand who these characters are. Even if it's just, the original Jack Kirby comic that you throw in there, it would help me understand who these guys are, because right now all I see are a bunch of actors in suits. And that's really all I got. And I will say, it is kind of nice to have Salma Hayek action figure. I never thought that would happen. Like, think about that. We got a Salma Hayek action figure now. Not only that, we got an Angelina Jolie action figure. Although, when you look at the Salma Hayek action figure, doesn't she look kind of annoyed? I wonder if that comes from a scene in the movie where she gets really PO'd at somebody. If you support what I do, please click subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single video of mine when it comes out. And if you want to hang out with me and my soulmates on Twitch, I stream Sunday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, it took me a while to recognize which one of these characters was Angelina Jolie's character, because it doesn't look anything like her. She's all dressed up in white. We gotta give some props here to Hasbro. Every time they do movie figures, they always get the faces right. I wonder how they managed to get all the faces right But then you look at DC Multiverse by Todd McFarlane, and he can't get any of the faces right. Again, I really think it has something to do with Marvel locking down the rights to get those faces on those figures. And then, for McFarlane Toys, he just can't get those rights because, WB or DC don't really care that much. Also, I want to say right now that I am so happy that Hasbro has just gone all the way and made this entire line all Eternals. There's no bullshit. There's no, other characters slipped in from elsewhere. No, they finally did it, and they made an entire line of just this one theme. And I like that. I really appreciate that they went that far. It makes me feel good to see a line that sticks to that theme because they have such confidence in it. Another curious thing about this line is it looks like there's 9 figures in the regular Marvel Legends line altogether. And it appears that Ajak, Thena, and Ikaris do not come with Build-A-Figure parts, but 6 other figures do come with Build-A-Figure parts. And Gilgamesh here, I don't think he's all that large. He doesn't appear like he's one of the larger Build-A-Figure style figures. I think he might be normal sized. I'm actually not sure about that. I'm not sure what the attributes of the character are supposed to be. But it does look like he's pretty much normal size, so that's something that's a little strange for me. I'm used to having, a little bit larger figure with my Marvel Legends line, but I don't know if I am personally all that interested right now in this line. I'm looking at the line, I'm looking at the movie, and I'm not feeling anything so far, and that's something that could change because, guys, you know how it is. You go into something, and then you think initially, oh, I don't care that much, but then you watch it, and you wind up loving it, and then you go out and you gather up all the collectibles surrounding it because you loved it so much. That could change for me. I might actually enjoy this movie, and I might want to go get these figures, but for right now, it's gotta be a pass from me, because I just don't feel that way about them. The sculpts all look really good, and I can't really find anything to criticize them about. Not at the moment, and again, that's something that could change after I'm done pink clouding here. And again, you guys know how it is. You look at toys initially and then you get real excited and you can't find any flaws, but then the longer you study something, the more flaws you see. Guys, I'm really curious about this Sprite action figure. I'm looking at the head here and it looks like it's a few sizes too big. I mean, what happened? Did someone pump it full of air and forget to deflate it? I went on Google Images to see what Sprite looks like in the comic books out of morbid curiosity because I wanted to know, is this the way Sprite is supposed to look? But no, Sprite is normal head size, so what is going on here? What the hell's the deal with this? This is weird, right? This is weird. It looks weird to me. Why does it look like this? Anyway, besides the regular size Marvel Legends figures, we have ourselves a deluxe figure, Crow, who looks like the bastard child of Venom and Hexus from Fern Gully. Is he supposed to be a villain? I assume that Crow here is supposed to be a supervillain of some kind because when I look on Wikipedia and go to the deviants that Crow belongs to, they're listed as supervillains. So I don't know if this is supposed to be the villain of the movie or what, but he looks like a villain to me, doesn't he? I mean, look at that face. That is not a superhero face. No. That is a face that wants to tear you apart. I wish I could get more excited about these, but like I've said, we're dealing with a property here that no one knows anything about. I'm not exactly a noob to comics. I got loads and loads of them from over the years, man. I've been reading comics my whole life, and I don't know the first goddamn thing about the Eternals. So, just for me to step into a situation where I don't know anything about these guys, and I have to fully admit it right here, right now, it's kind of a weird place for me to be. It's not very often I go into a situation talking about stuff like this and have to admit, yeah guys, I don't know fuck all. But, on the bright side, it's nice to know who our latest peg warmers are gonna be. I was wondering who was gonna replace Shang-Chi. If you support what I do, click subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single video of mine when it comes out. And if you want to hang out with me and my soulmates live on Twitch, I stream Sunday through Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to play some superhero games and I would love to see you. I'll be back again soon with some thoughts about new releases. Until then, with love from me to you, bye-bye.